6 transgender active duty service members are suing over a new executive order requiring the military to re-examine its policy allowing transgender people to serve openly. The change comes almost 10 years after the military first reversed restrictions that prevented transgender members from serving openly, a policy that had been in place for decades. In 2015, then Secretary of Defense Ash Carter took steps to ban discharging individuals solely based on gender identity. Over the next year, the Defense Department updated its official guidance to allow for open service and to change military health insurance guidance to cover the costs associated with gender-affirming care. The new policy was supposed to be implemented in 2017, but right before it went into effect, then President Trump issued an executive order banning transgender individuals from military service. After multiple federal courts overturned the 2017 ban, the Trump administration issued a modified version in 2019. It allowed individuals diagnosed with gender dysphoria who were enlisted at the time to keep serving, but banned new transgender recruits from joining. About a week into his presidency, former President Joe Biden overturned the 2019 ban. Regardless of whether the military allowed them to serve openly, DoD data and surveys of transgender individuals have shown they have served in the military. While the military does not track gender identity specifically, it does keep track of the total number of service members with the medical diagnosis of gender dysphoria, which means someone identifies as a gender different from their sex at birth. A defense official told CBS News there are approximately 4,200 active duty service members with this condition. A 2014 UCLA analysis of survey data from transgender people found that approximately 134,000 veterans or retired reservists or Guard members identified as trans. For more on this, I want to bring in Sheri Swokowski. She's a retired Army colonel and is on the board of directors for the American Civil Liberties Union of Wisconsin. She's also the highest-ranking openly transgender veteran in the United States. Sheri, I hope I got your last name correct.
You did very well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And what was your initial reaction to Monday night's executive order?
Well, let's put it like this. It wasn't unexpected, so we probably had a little bit more time to steel ourselves, so it didn't take quite as sharp a bite as the one that caught us by surprise in July of 2017. So having said that, I can tell you there's a lot of concern out there among the active duty and reserve component folks that just happen to be trans.
I want to circle back to that, but what do trans people bring to the service, and what do you fear if they're banned?
Oh, wow. So what they bring is an important part of themselves, their full, authentic self. You know, the armed forces are not as robust as they used to be. And if you're talking about discharging thousands of fully qualified service members, from a strategic perspective, that creates vulnerabilities and opportunities for our adversaries to exploit. So a lot goes on. You have to realize that transgender service members meet all the standards. They're deployed worldwide even now in the most austere locations possible. And, you know, they're on the land, they're in the air, they're on and under the sea. So they serve as combat arms warriors. They're special operators. They fly aircraft, fixed wing and rotary wing. They're doctors, they're attorneys, they're nuclear engineers, and we have several of the proverbial rocket scientists as well. So there's a lot going on. And they bring a lot to the fight.
Former Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin called diversity in our military a strength, something our current Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, has questioned. Do you agree with Secretary Austin, and if so, why?
Well, diversity is certainly a strength. You know, just this different version of not one person has all the best ideas. And when you expound on that and look at all of the other things that are brought from other perspectives, other diverse perspectives. That's very valuable to the military.
You mentioned...
Let me just add... let me just add that if you can imagine these service members getting up every day and putting their boots on, going to work and doing the best jobs that they possibly can, and knowing full well that their commander-in-chief doesn't support them, transgender service members are some of the bravest, the top performers, and not unsurprisingly, the most resilient of service members that I've personally met and know.
Retired Army Colonel Sheri Swokowski, thank you so much.